What's going on, everybody? Got a couple trades to go over for today. Um, Ended up being actually pretty much break even on the day. Um, there was some super clean setups, and honestly, I think price was pretty decent to be honest. CPI was kind of crappy today though, and then we kind of maybe I don't know maybe because CPI was bad, we kind of recovered in the actual AM session and stuff. But um, yeah, price is pretty good, and I'm gonna go over bias first, kind of what I was looking for coming into the morning. Um, so obviously higher time frame, right? We just want to make sure it's right. I know it's tough to see with the drawings, but higher time frame, we're still, a little bit bullish. We're coming up, we're inversing all these gaps here. On the 4 hour time frame, we have all of these highs right here that look pretty good. Um, and this is higher time frame, keep in mind. So obviously you kind of want to follow and base your morning around, what the higher time frame's doing and stuff like that. But yeah, so I was pretty bullish, at least coming into market open. Obviously, we had all these equal lows here though, so I was honestly looking for some manipulation if we wanted to come down and then maybe catch a nice long entry from either these equal lows, the 4 hour gap, and then take it to like we had data highs in Asia, and a lot of draws above that look really good. So we'll see. So at open, we end up pumping a little bit. We took out data highs right away, so that was kind of out of the question. Um, Now we actually leave Asia again. We did this recently. Seems like it's been happening a lot by not even 10 points. And we end up coming back down. We hit this 15 minute, but at this point, I was almost convinced since we took out data highs and we left Asia with this much displacement and stuff. I was almost convinced that we were wanting to actually get that push down, and like we had all these draws lower and these equal lows just looked too good. So I actually faded this trade. Um, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have, but everyone makes mistakes still, right? Um, but this would have been the trade. So we had a nice rebalance play into this 15-minute gap here. Um, and then yeah, I would have took this. I mean, you could have waited for this 1 minute CISD as well for extra confirmation, but I probably would have been in right off rip, like right off the inverse. And the risk to reward was like phenomenal. I probably should have taken it anyway, just considering my initial bias and everything. I just got a little bit caught up, but it's all good, right? It happens. But yeah, this ripped right to TP. Um, from there, I was actually talking to one of my students about this. We put in a huge SMT, right? Nice healthy SMT with Asia. And we had this 1 minute gap here. Oh, I went too far. But anyway, this 1 minute gap, it's huge, right? It's 30. It's a 30-point fair value gap. When you get a closure like this strong through that type of gap, it's okay. Like you can take that even if it's not the highest time frame in that leg. Um, but ultimately, I think, comes down to a lot of like experience and stuff. Like I was honestly waiting for this 3 minute, the 4 minute, um, and even me again. Like I hesitated on this. I didn't take this, just because I kind of wanted to see more, right? But again, initially, right, it doesn't look that good. But then in hindsight, it really was that good, and this actually ended up playing out all the way down to the 15 minute. Um, but before we get to that, this is where I did actually enter a trade. We end up forming this 5 minute right here. It's just a simple tap and continuation out of that gap. Stop loss is really good. I just put it at like the body, and the risk to reward again was really good, targeting these equal lows down there. Unfortunately, this 15-minute gap here was my break even for this trade. So that's a little bit unfortunate because we had really good displacement at first, right? And probably thinking, oh yeah, it looks really good. We'll probably deliver. Again, I was talking to my student about this. I was saying that we should deliver right down, but um, recently price action's been a little bit weird, right? And we end up not doing that, and then we did whatever else throughout the session. Ultimately, we did take those equal lows though after a while. but I was off the charts at like 11-ish. So yeah, a couple of pretty decent setups today. I think a little bit more discretionary, besides this one here, and probably the first one to be honest. Um, Not mad at myself that I didn't take this first one, but I journaled it immediately after. I really wanted to make it a point that um, I was a little bit hesitant with my bias today, considering we had the equal lows at the bottom. Um, Honestly, I knew we were going to deliver to them. I just you never know when, right? But yeah, I journaled everything. You always have to journal because that's honestly what helped me turn profitable. I think I know you probably hear it a lot and everything, but like straight up, like to be honest, that was probably what helped me get to true profitability and stuff, 100%. Um, but yeah, boys, that was pretty much it for the session. Overall, pretty nice, pretty clean moving PA, even though we didn't deliver exactly how we wanted. Um, but yeah, we'll see what tomorrow and Friday brings. Tomorrow we have unemployment claims, so 8:30 news, so should be pretty decent price action, I'm hoping. And then Friday I think we have NFP, and then 10 a.m. news, jolts maybe, I forgot, but we have news in the next 2 days, so all in all, it should be pretty solid, I would say. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys want to kind of learn more from me or whatever, join up the mentorship down below. I'll link it below. Um, it holds so much value, and truly, I'm in it to make you guys profitable. I know a lot of people just clown on people selling courses, but I know some of them that really do like to do it for a living, and they enjoy it and everything. And there's nothing better than helping people and seeing them succeed in the long run. So yeah, with that said, I will catch you boys hopefully tomorrow for another recap. If not, then hopefully Friday. But yeah, peace out, and I will see you tomorrow.